Goddess Girl 2 here on my main channel. I did talk about this, a little bit about this series. Bug Juice, my adventures at camp. This is at Camp Waziata. It's kind of like an update to the 97 Waziata, which is right here. Which, these are the Session 1 girls. And it was hills they showed between the hills and the grove for Session 1, and then for Session 2 they also showed the hill and the groves, but on Bug Juice in 2018 they show pines. Pines girls, Pines boys. And if you watched Wazi in 97, they did explain that there was Rangers, which is the really young kids, to Pines, which are kind of the young kids. It's kind of weird that whoops, sorry about that, not Asa, which is right here. He was the youngest in the boys' cabin in the groves, but yet watching the one now in 2018 with some of those boys are 10, and so I'm like, how did he get in the grove? But then there's a website which you can find on my Tumblr page. There's a website where they talk to Luna, and they talk to Ev, which is this guy here, and he talks a lot about Connor, which is this guy here, and then they have Asan. Keep on calling him Asan. Asan is right there. Asa, who had his sister come in season 2, or session 2, talk. Oh yeah, and they had Jason talk. And that's it. And they talked about how they got on the show, and oh yeah, they talked to Rhett as well, and how he got on the show. And how he got on the show was they saw him at another camp, asked him to come over to this camp, same with Luna, and they basically just used the campers that signed up and talked to them and placed them all in one, and picked the ones that they liked and placed them all in one cabin. Probably what they did in 2018, but I just don't like well, I don't know if I like 2018 or if I don't like 2018's Bug Juice. I just don't like how they're doing it. And the song goes, Bug Juice, it come in a jar. That's who we wanna be. Bug Juice, true life adventures. Bug Juice, we're kids. Something like that. I don't know the theme song specifically, but if you want to hear me sing the theme song, go over to my main channel for that. But they changed the theme song to something so boring, and they do all this graphic stuff when they talk about being in the play and doing all these crazy things. They have 2 sets of twins in the Pines. Don't remember their names, but here's some pictures from 2018. I don't know who that boy is. Maybe he's in session 2, but that's TJ. I kind of like him, but it just doesn't make sense. They changed everything. Now they have this thing called the Blob that you probably saw in the theme of Bug Juice in 97, but they never really focused on it. And they don't really show like day to day, or I don't know. If you've seen it and you know what I'm talking about, if you read Twitter, you know a lot of people ain't too happy. And they even said after doing the reunion interview about their show in 97 to those people, they didn't, what's the word I'm looking for? They didn't, they said at the end, you guys been asking for a Where They Now Union show, but we're giving you this instead. Like, what the fuck? And that's Izzy. She's alright. Elizabeth, she's alright. And then that's that Brayden, Bryann girl who they had Vegas night. And she gambled the cabins $100 and lost it. And they were pissed at her about it and got all upset. And they still have cabin talks, blah, blah, blah. But they didn't explain, like, what if she didn't lose the $100 and won it? Y'all wouldn't be so mad that she took it. And then she got happy to be in Wizard of Oz as a scarecrow. And then somebody gets called from the Boys Pines tree, and so he wanted to be a tree. Like, where's these people that are obsessed with being the main character, like Dorothy and stuff like that? And why we got little kids? Because the whole family-friendly bullcrap that Disney does now. And then you're calling this season 1. No, season 4. Thank you. And the way they introduce these people isn't the same way they did back in the day. And I don't know, it's not the same. And they blur out a lot more faces. And I just miss the old Wazi. And I'm in like the 3rd episode, so I'm not really sure if I like this episode or not. So I don't know. I've got it on TiVo in case I get into it. Because I was like this with the first Wazi. I wasn't the one, that's TJ, by the way. They show him a lot, so that's why I know his name. They show him and Izzy way too much. But when that one was on in 97, I wasn't too sure if I liked it or not until it was over. And then I wished I recorded it, and then they had reruns, so I was like really happy. So these are just some of the pictures I found on Google, so I don't know. They did have opening campfire, which was awesome. The counselors seemed to fake, unlike 97's counselors. I don't know. You just have to wait and see what goes on. But they're like 10 and 11. Like, what happened to showing us 13, 14, 15-year-olds? Oh, I know why you won't show us those. Because in 97, there wasn't things like going online, having a cell phone, having media, falling in love, stuff like that. He had a little bit of it. One of the Ev's persons, let me show you. Ev, he said that there was an issue with the oh no, they didn't talk about the Stephanie card. It was the Jason and Allison, which is, where's Allison? That Allison. Where Allison, in one of the episodes, you can see her dating Jason. They decided to go out. Well, he explained it as they went out for like a week, and then after a week, they decided to break up, which they did not show on the show, even though they recorded every single thing they did. She decided to go out with Ev, which they did not show on the show. And then her and Ev decided, we should just be friends. It's not a good thing. So she went back to Jason. But you never saw that on the show. And Ev said that Connor, and let me see if I can find her, Stephanie. That's weird. I don't see her in the... Oh, she's right there. You can barely see her because it's kind of a blurry photo. Sorry about that. She and Connor both dated and said that they shared a kiss on while they were at the camp. But they didn't show that because it was Disney, and on Disney they don't do that kind of stuff. But yet, in some of the Disney shows now these days they do. So it doesn't make any sense why they would cut that out. And then, oh yeah, they even talked to Caitlin. My battery's about to die, but they talked to Caitlin, which is her. Said they showed her wanting to go home way too much on in the camp, when that truly never happened. Hardly ever happened. It was only once in a blue moon. So yeah, don't know. Tell me what you think of Bug Juice. If this camera dies, bye. But tell me what you think of Bug Juice, the new series of 2018, and your thoughts, and if you liked it or if you ain't liking it right now. Let me know in the comments down below because I want to know your guys' opinions. Talk to you later. Bye.